What are some of those important things that create a strong partnership? There are a few things which are fundamental, but sometimes missed. The very first thing is to agree with a partner on your long-term goals, partner or partners. To agree on what are your long-term goals. Do you have an alignment there? And that's very important. And once you have that, it also makes sense to boil it down to a piece of paper, because a lot of times you have differential understanding when you talk. The moment you put it on a piece of paper, those differences become clearer, so that you can resolve them and come to as you say, on a common page. So creating that is very important. And this can also, in a sense, define your relative strengths and also start looking at what are the relative roles you play as partners. All partners do not play the same role. So having that role clarity also comes from this overall planning and overall design of the partnership in the beginning. The second aspect is communications. A lot of partnerships fail because of poor communications, miscommunications, wrong communications. So creating some kind of a communications protocol to say what you need to know, when you need to know it, how you need to know it is quite useful. And these days there are several tools, collaborative tools, where you can have the information, you don't have to push it. So it's there when people want to know it. But having that protocol to say how often should I keep you informed of profitability, for example? How often should I discuss with you a new strategy in terms of procurement? So the bigger issues, if there is a clear understanding of the roles, and then it comes down to communicating those when those changes are happening, can help to sustain a partnership much longer, because a lot of them come from poor communications. And that's the second point in partnerships. The third thing is to keep it simple, because very complicated agreements, very complicated documents do not help. Because no matter what you write, at the end of the day, if a partner wants to break it, he'll break it. So it's very important that the trust is built. So the document is not so much for a legal agreement or definition in a legal sense, but it's just to make sure that there's clarity, in my understanding. So those documents need not be very complicated or legal or long, but it'll lay down what needs to be done. And this also leads to the next one, as in any aspect of human life, there'll be differences and there'll be conflicts and there'll be sometimes, even serious differences of opinion. And what's important is to openly discuss it and bring it to a closure as soon as possible, so that they don't sit and fester and affect the relationship in the longer term. So I would see these three as very important in maintaining and strengthening a partnership. Thank you.